Welcome to the Tony's Take Podcast, your weekly dose of sports, news, and entertainment. Enjoy. All right, welcome. Episode 7 of the Tony's Take Podcast.
7.
Let's go. As always, I'm Carter.
Tony.
Dobby or Sean.
And Andy.
Andy.
Today is a special episode.
Very special.
We have a 6-pack of the newly
It's a limited release. Zima.
released Zima.
It's not available everywhere, folks, so if you can't find it at your local liquor stores,
Sorry about it.
suck it.
Yeah.
Refreshing citrus beverage.
Yeah, now this is not a new beverage
Yeah,
by any
this
means.
is-
It might be
It
new
is
to
to
you,
us.
but
This was around in the
I saw
90s?
so many
Yeah,
Zima commercials
late
from the
90s.
90s.
I
That's
actually
really inappropriate. to
just
be
texted my
putting
mother
that.
and told her I sent her a picture of it. I'm like, I'm about to have a Zima. I was like, doesn't it feel like 1994 or something right now? And she was like, I didn't even know they still made those. I'm like, it's a limited release.
Yeah, they don't.
And she was like, haha, I used to drink those. And so here we go. I mean, I've
Explains a
never
lot.
had a Zima.
I wanted to start the bottle.
Right.
It's different. It looks like it's something that a bartender would have to put a dash of it into a mixed drink.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Got ridges.
Yeah.
Maybe it's for the grip.
For control.
Yeah,
it must be.
I like
You're
to
gonna
have
a
grip
good-
when I
For
drink.
entire Zima control.
I mean, I just spilled a mimosa this past weekend, so I would, grip is key
They
for
saw
me.
you coming.
Do you think it was the cup or was it you?
Oh, it was me. I took a
Little bit of
Snapchat
both.
of the mimosa with my sunglasses on it, and then I drew on a face.
Yeah,
and
as everyone would.
right after I did that, I knocked it over.
That seems like a logical snap.
Well, should we just dive right in and open these
I
puppies
think
up?
we should.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's get this in there.
Remember,
Let's get
it's
the initial
it's American,
taste.
so it's a twist off.
Oh, yeah.
You hear that sound, folks?
Sound effects.
Hold on. Perfect. That's the cap.
That one
All
might
right,
have
now let's
Hey.
drink really loud.
Oh,
Cheers!
Oh, here's the cheers. Oh,
Look at that sound. You're getting that because of the ridges.
the acoustics really, the acoustics of the bottle.
Meh.
That doesn't taste like alcohol.
No. Well, it's
That's
10%.
what's scary,
I'll have a
folks.
sip. I'm gonna have a
That's
sip.
what's scary.
It's Sprite.
Yeah, it tastes like Sprite.
It's an adult Sprite.
I've had
A white wine spritzer, maybe.
I've had a Smirnoff Ice before. And I
The
thought that
original.
tasted like
Actually,
shit.
it does kind of taste like some hint of white wine. The aftertaste.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's
not
like a
bad.
Smirnoff Ice, but less sugar.
But before,
It's
but
much
before
better.
Smirnoff Ice, right? Probably.
Well, who
Maybe.
knows?
Quite honestly, like that's actually pretty good.
It's very
It's-
light.
Smirnoff Ice was
Not bad.
invented in 1955 in the Soviet Union. They just couldn't bring it over until the Berlin Wall fell.
Like a
down.
Andy,
spritzer.
everybody knows that.
That's
Come on.
enough. Anyway, I think we've.
What do you think? I think it tastes like a Sprite
Well, I'm gonna
wine.
finish it.
Yeah, like
no.
Oh,
duh.
duh. We still have a couple
Yeah, so-
more.
2 each, huh? It tastes like a.
It's
just a
not
lot.
bad.
5%'s not terrible either,
No,
right?
that's like a Bud Light, isn't it? A little more than a Bud Light.
I'd say, yeah,
I wonder if did Mike's Hard kill this brand?
maybe.
Maybe, but it's
Fucking
not
hell,
bad.
Mike.
Back from the dead.
I like that way better than like those though.
It's not trying to be too much.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like you could just tell like
Oh, yeah,
the
this
sugar
is-
level of it is just so much less,
Actually-
and it's actually you can taste like the alcohol a little more.
Yeah, you can actually taste a little bit of the alcohol now that I took another.
You probably
sip.
taste a little more alcohol if you put a shot of vodka in there too.
There you go.
Oh,
Well,
Andy.
that-
Now we're talking, Andy, huh?
I'm going to say this, and I'm keeping my manhood intact. This is not a bad drink.
No.
Not a bad drink at all.
Well, it's usually like cool dudes playing basketball that are drinking Zimas in the commercial. So.
Well, I guess I'm a cool dude.
Oh. All right.
It's not
I
bad.
always think of the line in Beer Fest when they're making fun of the
Yes,
Americans, and he's like, "Why don't you go sip your Zimas and
Yeah.
fight in the parking
Go
lot?"
to your strip malls and
Yeah,
drink your
exactly.
Zimas and spin off ices and punch each other silly. Oh, yeah, und do's and do's.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's a great line. That's the only reason I even
Fantastic.
knew Zima.
I actually had Zimas in my fridge when I was a kid. All the time. It might have been one of the first alcoholic beverages I've ever tasted.
Carter was
Wow.
sneaking Zimas
Yes.
as an 8-year-old.
There we go.
Brings you back to home, huh?
But no, they were just sitting there, and my mom never drank them. So eventually, hit high school, and I was like, "Let's try this thing, huh?"
Well, how long were they in there for?
For a while, for like 3 or 4
6
years,
years old,
Andy.
and then
For like 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
I figured that alcohol would kill.
It's
kill
crazy
any
to think
bacteria,
because you
so,
might have had
yeah.
a mint condition Zima.
Yeah,
That
limited
could've-
edition. I could have sold
that
on
could've
eBay.
gone
Huh?
for some money. This is a 1998 Zima.
Maybe
as
these are
opposed
from
to-
Carter's refrigerator.
There
Sold
we
them
go.
back.
Who knows? Who
As
knows?
opposed to these 2017.
Maybe that's what it is. It's like everybody that's like sent
Exactly.
back their Zimas that they
Uh-huh.
didn't drink. They're like, well, let's just have a limited release and reuse.
The
it.
generation these days won't know. They weren't around for Zimas.
They've been doing this for decades.
All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes now. Huh? Jumping into sports, we have some NBA news coming at us. Recently, like today, the Cavs announced that them and GM, what's his last name? Griffin, that's right. Griffin are parting ways. It's funny because some of the sources I follow and whatnot are saying the players didn't even know. So it's quite interesting, just the turn of that, and I've read like a lot of supporting staff of that whole organization stayed last year. They were contemplating leaving, but stayed out of loyalty for Griffin. So how it affects the team going forward is going to be quite interesting, I think.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about it?
A couple months ago, or maybe around the time the Clippers got eliminated, because I'm a Clippers fan, I read a story. It said that the Clippers organization would love to bring him in as the new GM, let Doc just return to coaching, and Griffin would be under him, because they said he would be a free agent, that he hasn't signed an extension with Cleveland, and since he hadn't signed at that point, that wasn't a good sign. So that would be interesting, because there's been some rumors linking LeBron to either the Lakers or the Clippers, and LeBron does like David Griffin. He said he wanted him back. He said he's done what he's improved the team since he's been there, and even though they lost this past year, I think they were better than they were last year.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I liked a lot of their
Those six-
additions this year too. I mean, that they were better. They just played against a team that was much better.
so I think he's proven himself to be a good GM.
Yeah, well, you never know. I think LeBron is going to end up in LA just because I think all the things point to that, because he already gave Cleveland what they wanted, which was a championship, so he can rest now knowing that he came back and did that. He's got a home in LA. He basically lives in LA in the off season. He wants to start doing more movies, and I mean, if he did join the Clippers, it'd have to be sooner than later, I think. But if he joined the Clippers, and whether he did get someone else over or not, or even if he was just with like Chris Paul and Griffin or whoever stays, they'd be a really good contender to beat Golden State. And obviously, I think now LeBron, it just seems like to me, like if he did move to the Western Conference, it would be him just basically wanting to, not even make it so. Just like really take down Golden State. Like he doesn't want to see Golden State in the finals anymore. Would be his goal, it looks like. But he's aging.
All I know is if he comes to LA, there better be a Space Jam too. That's all I care about.
absolutely.
That's all I care about.
I
Just
just
throw
had to
it
be a
over
Space
the
Jam
course of the
3.
season.
Exactly.
But,
With
I'd actually.
Julia.
Yeah, it was Pachulia.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind LeBron going to the Lakers because Paul George has basically already said he's going to
wants to go to
sign.
the Lakers.
And the Lakers would sign LeBron over Paul George if that was the option. I think, even though Paul George is younger. And I think that's what you deserve, Paul George. You don't tell a team you're going to leave them.
That's what I was thinking
It's-
too, is because for this season now, that has to be kind of weird because, let's be honest, Indiana's, they got some decent players, but they're not going to be a contender in the East
I
this
hope
year.
like Monta Ellis shits in his locker or something.
Okay, well.
Fuck you, guy.
They're not going to be a contender this year, and obviously, if he already knows he wants out, he's just going to focus more on himself. He's not going to give a shit about the organization because he's going to be like, hey, in less than a year, I'm out of here anyway. So that I feel like it's actually going to be kind of a distraction for Indiana this year.
I literally read right before this podcast that the rumor is Paul George's camp, his agent's camp and whatnot, is saying that they're discussing 1-year deals as a rental with the intention to go to the Lakers after.
Yeah, the Pacers are now desperate. It's like, well, fuck you. We're going to trade you. I think they should just bench him.
There you go. Bench him.
Maybe hit his knee in practice.
Okay, that's the Zima talking. Jeez, Andy.
This is why I got to get Zima off the shelves.
Or how about have him play for the USA basketball team and
that's
destroy his
okay.
team?
Okay, wow.
Well, I didn't even know you had so much built up.
I don't like
Clearly,
players.
How's that
clearly.
feel, Andy?
I don't like that. I think
No,
it's
you-
No, I do agree. I think it's unfair for the rest of the team too, especially him being the star player, to basically say, well, screw you guys, I'm leaving this after this year. I'm done. I mean, so basically, if they do start to suck, why would he care? He's not gonna win a championship with Indiana this year, and he's basically told them I'm basically playing already for next year.
Maybe they'll bench him, and it'll be like a miracle, and they'll go on this great run, and then they won't mail him a ring.
Yeah, Andy.
I doubt it, but I also feel like this hate stems from Paul George having 2 first names, Andy.
Yeah.
And I just you can't hold that against him. I think it's his
people
parents,
out there.
all right? I think it's his parents. Okay.
Andy now has 2 first names. Andy Kennedy. I just said your last name. People are named Kennedy now.
Now they can find him on MySpace.
How does that make you feel, Andy?
People can be named anything, so
That's true.
we're talking about traditional. If you're not in the top 200 first names, then it's not a first name.
Wow.
That's the standard I think we need to follow.
Now
on.
Andy is feisty today.
Yeah, he's got it down.
He just took his shirt off.
Some more NBA news that happened. Philly trading up to the number 1 spot. Is it official yet?
Official
It
today.
is official.
Today, okay.
It is official.
Because they were working out the kinks, I know that. So, do you guys know the details of the trade exactly? Well, because I know
they're
there's
swapping, so
they're swapping first round picks this year, but I know there's also kind of terms for either getting the Lakers pick or Sacramento's pick.
yeah.
Which I thought they were going to get both, but the fact
That would
that they
be
only get
crazy.
one of those.
So I think the Lakers still have some protection on that pick. So if they finish in the bottom 3 again, that pick still doesn't go.
I don't see that
crazy.
happening this year.
I hope not.
You know what? Also, I saw something interesting about the draft now that pick has been swapped, is that this is the first time since 1966 that 2 years in a row the top 4 draft teams are in the same order. It's Philadelphia number 1 again, Lakers number 2 again, Celtics 3, and Suns 4. And that was the order, the first 4 ordered last year. And that's the first 4 ordered again this year. And they said that's the first time that's happened in over 50
Well, with the lottery, that's
over
like just
50
really
years.
unlikely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was the first time within that a lottery era too, or whatever a certain era. So I mean that is pretty crazy that then that goes back to our conversations about how the NBA has been so predictable. I mean, just the bad teams are staying bad, the good teams are staying good.
Like Boston. How do they keep picking in the top?
Well, okay, Boston is an exception because of that whole
But basically,
trade
they're New Jersey.
Oh my God,
I called them New Jersey.
Oh, wow.
Let's just keep them New Jersey.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of
New
offenders.
Jersey
Deserve the
Nets.
Brooklyn name.
So I think is that it for the basketball, or was it
Yeah,
anything
Well,
else?
you want to kind of say do we think it's going to be Fultz?
No, it's
Ball?
absolutely Fultz. Oh, Fultz is for sure going to Philly. That was the whole reason for that. And I actually like that fit a lot because Philly's had a lot of bigs over the past few years, like Okafor and Embiid. They still have Simmons, but they've been missing guards, top guards for their top picks. And I think if Fultz does pan out to be like what a lot of people think he can be, that Philly team's going to be pretty good in a couple
I like that
years.
pairing. Fultz a scoring guard with Simmons a point forward.
Yeah,
I think that'll
they're going to
work
be.
out.
And being in the East Coast, I wouldn't be surprised if they can snag a playoff seed this year, maybe a 7 or 8 seed.
Very true. Depends how healthy Okafor can stay. But as far as the second pick goes, whether it's going to be Ball or not, so much news has been coming out of the Lakers camp saying that they're not interested in Ball. They don't see him as a star.
I didn't know that.
It's been going on for a week or two now. But I also think that's just them playing with the rumor mill, trying to get trade offers, seeing what's out there.
The Suns really like him.
Yeah.
And they should, because I think he's great. I think he's going to be great in the NBA. So I don't know. It might not be a great fit with the Lakers, though. Honestly,
If they were to let's say if the Suns really did like him, and
the Lakers could trade down.
I mean, yeah, if the Lakers went to the 4, if they didn't want Ball, then it's the 4 pick's fine, especially if they could get a player or two in exchange from Phoenix. Not just swap pick, be like, okay, swap this pick and then give us, whoever.
Alex Len.
But I don't know. I agree. I just, for whatever reason, it just seems like it's just this big whole story thing that it was just meant to happen that Lonzo was going to end up in LA, and I think he's going to. I still do.
I think they're going to pick him, and I think they're just kind of throwing this out there just so they can.
I agree. Just
get the
kind of see if
feel.
they get any bites
Exactly.
and what other offers could be out there. But I agree, and I think, the fact that he wants to play for the Lakers, he even came out and said, well before they had their the lottery and stuff, I would rather play for the Lakers than be the number 1 pick. So that means if the Lakers would have had like the, whatever pick they would have had, he said, I would have rather go to them than be a number 1 draft pick. So, I mean, it is pretty interesting. I mean, he wants...
Yeah. And I think it's a good fit, really. I think D'Angelo Russell will fit in the 2 a lot better than the 1, just because of his turnovers. I mean, he hasn't been consistent the past 2 years with it. And I think Ball is much better with a much better facilitator for an offense, and I think that they could play off each other pretty well. So I would like to see it. I want him to be a Laker. I don't care about his dad and whatnot, but whether it happens or not, we'll see. I mean, if they trade down, I'm all for that too, because then that means they didn't like what they saw, and they feel like the talent level for the next few picks is probably in the same area. So either way, we'll see. I mean, and it's tough to tell with these young players anyways. You don't find out if they're a star in a year or two, and so we'll see, But speaking of draft news, the NHL expansion draft is happening this week, and the teams.
Is that tomorrow? Do you know?
It's on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It's going to be Wednesday.
So it is tomorrow if you're hearing this right now.
Exactly.
All right.
Right there.
The 21st.
Is
Yeah.
it?
All right.
There we go. Look at that.
So that is the
good
draft?
guess.
And the NBA draft is the 22nd.
That's the expansion draft. So it's
that's when we get to see Vegas' team?
exactly. That's when Vegas is gonna pick a player from every single team.
We'll still
in
make
the
some
NHL.
deals. You expect?
That'll be exciting.
Absolutely.
I'm curious to see who leaves the Ducks.
Yeah, the list.
no one.
I think... I don't know. No, it'll be someone.
It's gonna. Yeah, no. There's
They were a good team.
Every team. I was quite surprised with these lists. They got released on Sunday, and it's just the list of what players are protected and what players are available for Vegas to choose. And there are some big name players on these lists.
How many selections are there?
So they get a player from each team.
Oh, so it is guaranteed one player.
Guaranteed one player
I
from
know
each team.
in basketball, it's like you get 13 picks, so there's a good chance you're.
Yeah.
Well, hockey. How many people even dress, though, in a hockey game?
Yeah, that's
Because it's definitely not 32. Because there's 5. I know they get like 32, but I mean, there's.
Well, you have 4 offensive lines of 3, so that's 12, and then
Your 2 defensemen.
3 defensive lines of 2,
So that's
6.
So that's
and
18.
Then 2 goalies,
So 20.
20.
Yeah. And then
So-
you have a couple guys down low, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. And let me double check whether they for sure get a player from each team, but.
But when a player is taken from a team, that team is safe.
Yeah, that team is safe for the rest of the draft. They can only have one player taken from their team. And that's the big news. But, I mean, let's go over these players on this list. You have TJ Oshie, Sammy Vatanen from the Ducks, I think, is going to be taken. A big surprise for me, because I'm a big Detroit fan, is their young goaltender, Mrazek, who's on there. And I've already read so many stories that he's almost a guaranteed pick for the Golden Knights because he's young, he's got potential, and he was supposed to be Red Wings player coming up, and so I was really surprised to see that they put Jimmy Howard on the protected list and put Mrazek out there. But you also have a bunch of good players. A big surprise today, Shane Doan wasn't on the Arizona protected list, and people figured it was just because of his age and that the Vegas Knights wouldn't choose him anyways. But the fact that he was on the unprotected list led to that Arizona is going to release him today. And he's been with the organization. He was drafted by them, or actually he was with Winnipeg, and he's been with the organization for 21 because Winnipeg moved to Arizona. So they became the Phoenix Coyotes, and now they're the Arizona Coyotes. But, he's been with them for 21 years, and he's finally a free agent. He's not very happy about it. His agent came out today that's saying it's like a sad day for Arizona as a club organization because it wasn't his choice. And you think that a player that's lasted 21 years with an organization probably would have kept him.
Yeah, let him retire there at least and whatnot.
At least let him make the decision, instead of just giving him the boot.
But at the end of the day, it is a business, right?
Absolutely.
And I mean, that's what it's shitty, but it happens. But obviously, that's got to leave a sour taste, I'm sure, in Doan's mouth,
Yeah.
Because
well, I mean, the good news for him is he's a free agent. He's going to be able to go to a Pittsburgh.
yeah, has he ever won a
No,
Stanley
he's
Cup?
never.
Has he been
Been
there all
on there the
Okay,
whole time.
okay.
Yeah.
I was just making sure.
He's been with Phoenix the whole time, and he's got a chance
That's
to join.
good for him, though. Because
contender.
it'll be just like, hopefully it could be a situation like Raymond Bourque a few years back where he had never won a Stanley Cup, and then he was on Colorado, and
Yeah.
He won his Stanley
That was
Cup.
awesome. I do remember
So
that.
I would, wherever Shane Doan, obviously Shane Doan's at a point in his career where he's only going to go to a contender. He's only going to go to a Pittsburgh, a Washington, maybe Anaheim, maybe Chicago.
Nashville.
Who knows
Nashville.
who's a competitor
Nashville could
right
be a
now.
good spot.
Oh, well, those ones are competitors.
Yeah, but
Nashville
there's
could
gonna
be
be-
a
And
great
that's
spot.
like me saying, like, oh, we're not sure Golden State and Cleveland are
It's a little
competitors
different
next
in
year. Is
hockey.
it, though?
Yeah.
It is, but every sport has those top 3 teams
Yeah,
that
I'm
are
just
going to
saying,
be
like,
competitors. You just know that
Calgary
already.
could be the best team next year.
Okay, yeah,
Would
I'm
you be
not saying they
surprised?
can't be the best
So-
team, but I'm just saying, like, these are for sure teams that are going to be top seeds in the
I agree with
playoffs,
that.
probably.
Some other big names on the list though are James Neal from Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
Solid.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, he's available for the Golden Knights to take. Bobby Ryan
Dang,
is
really?
available. Yes, I mean I was shocked at some of the names on these lists. Duma's a solid defenseman that's on the list, and it's
From Anaheim, wasn't, like, Silverberg available, too?
like a lot of
'Cause
their
they-
a lot of their top talent defense was on there.
They showed their predicted lineup, and Silverberg was in their starting predicted lineup, and he's a
Yeah.
pretty solid player. And I think I saw that Fleury was going to be there.
Marc-Andre Fleury's
And
available.
I mean, that's a goalie that he's got a couple rings now. I mean, sure, he didn't really
Well,
finish off the playoffs the last
That's
couple
what they're
years,
saying.
but
They take Fleury and they can get a young goaltender like Mrazek that can come in and kind of play behind and kind of compete with each other, but at the same time learn from a veteran that's won the cup.
Yeah.
So they're saying that both of them might go to Las Vegas, but we'll see. I mean, it's gonna be exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
There's a lot of strategy, like I was reading about, like they said Bobby Ryan is unproductive because he's got a long-term contract,
Mhm.
and expansion team does not want to like commit to a long-term contract. So even though he's one of their better players, it's unlikely they'll take him.
so it's almost like a bluff. Like they're
Yeah,
thinking, like, we're
exactly.
going to let you have Bobby Ryan's chance because we don't think you're going to call on it pretty
Yeah.
much.
Well, here's the thing.
That is
It's a salary cap
interesting.
situation,
Oh, yeah,
right?
that too. Yeah, you
So
can't have...
if Vegas can afford this contract by figuring out ways, so hopefully they have
It's
people
Vegas,
in place.
though, I feel like.
The strategy
They
is
could-
these teams
they
know
don't
they're
have to
not
go
gonna
far for
be
help.
any good for 2 years.
Exactly.
Because the real benefit is that they get how many picks do they get in the first round? They get
I think they're like the 6th pick or something in the first round, aren't
For
they?
the Vegas, I think they get 2 picks in the first
like-
round.
But I think
Or
they're
3.
like the first one's like their 6th.
basically
though,
you're
I
gonna
think.
you want to see what this team's gonna be like in 3 years.
Uh-huh.
So
That's the thing is
the
exactly
players you want to pick here are not necessarily
your future
stars or people you
Yeah.
want to pay a bunch of
You're-
money to.
The funny thing is too is I mean Vegas obviously they don't have a team yet, so it's hard to like. But when somebody had sent me the like the day after the Cup the standings, it was the predictions for next year. Like Vegas is like 200 to 1 to win the Stanley Cup. I'm sure that's gone down, but still it's pretty crazy because it's like fuck, why not throw a little bit of money on that if you think like hey they can pick
Yeah,
up a
was it-
couple people and at least compete. I mean 8 teams make the playoffs, why can't they be one of them? And then once you hit the playoffs.
The Jaguars were almost in the Super Bowl in their second year. Like they should have been.
Oh, the year when they had Brunel and stuff,
Yeah,
and they
that
lost
they
to
were-
the Titans.
Was it the
It was the
I
Titans.
can't remember what year that would have. But
It was like 90.
They were probably better.
It was a bit like 96
I think they
or
were
8.
like 14
It was the
or
year.
2 or
It was the year
something.
the Titans lost to the Rams, I think.
Yeah.
So it might have been like 99 then.
So it's
Or 2000.
possible that like they could be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm reading. It seems like they do get a pick from every single team.
All right.
So we'll see. I mean, it's going to be
Yeah.
quite interesting. It's Wednesday at I think 11 Eastern time or 10 Eastern
Canadian
time.
time?
So it's going to be super early on the.
Oh,
West
really?
Coast.
It's in the morning?
Yeah. So as soon as you wake up, it'll probably be.
The other thing I saw is that they make deals with teams to not take their players. So it said that they already have a deal with the Ducks to not take Vatanen or Manson.
Oh, Manson. Oh, Manson. Yeah,
Yeah,
they like Manson.
So like
Sammy
the Ducks are just
Vatanen-
gonna have to give. They're basically getting like bribed. Like they have to pay a bribe to
yeah, that's what's funny.
Vegas to give them some future first pick. Not future.
If
first
I'm
round.
Vegas, I'm taking Vatanen. Fuck Anaheim, because that's a
or you get a
solid
second round pick
defenseman.
next year. And
That's true, but I mean,
that just kind of sucks. You have to like, you're trying to build a championship team, but like everyone
At
has
the
to deal
same
with
point,
it.
yeah.
Everyone has to deal with it. So.
Well,
yeah,
we'll see. It should
it'll
be interesting.
Jinx, huh? Look at that, huh?
Drinks you owe me a Zima.
Well, I got 3
All right,
more
well,
down there.
Also, now we haven't gotten into this yet. We promised we would, but we've got the MLB season is about.
No.
It's
Oh,
so fun
okay.
though.
This
we're
kind
talking
of-
about baseball. Let's
One
go.
of those no's came from a guy who sat Diamond Club yesterday.
I did. I sweat balls.
Oh,
It was like 85.
Most of those
degrees.
games are at 7, though. That was just happened to be a Sunday 12:30 start.
Didn't
Well,
get a
no.
sunburn.
Most
though. That
of the
was
Sunday games are at 12.
I said most games are at 7, like during the week. God damn it.
More importantly, I didn't get too sunburned or really sunburned at all. Just a little bit on my legs.
That's the pleasure of Diamond Club, though.
I
But-
spent $60 on
Oh,
alcohol.
they have people like that cover your legs.
Well, that's just the non-pleasure of going out to a game. Remember,
Did you get
we
one
went
of
to
those
a
mules that was just
we went to a game last week, and the first round between 4 of us was about $77. I thought I was at
What?
I thought I was at a nightclub in
Okay,
Vegas.
well, no, we all.
Yeah, to our defense, we all got doubles, but
Well, I just got a beer, but
that's
peanuts
right.
also.
2 peanuts.
Oh yeah, that'll really break the
Well, no,
bank.
actually, you'd be surprised because I think 2 bags of peanuts is about $38. So,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
like $11 a bag.
no, I'm really, on the real side though, it is about $10.
Did you
for 2
go
bags of
get
peanuts.
that drink that they messed up again?
No, we weren't. No,
What?
I just stuck with the original.
Trying to get a
Jack
mule
Coke.
and they gave you like vodka tonic with a squeeze of lemon.
Yeah, it was interesting. But anyway, we're getting off topic here.
Well, they need to know.
But
Anyway, it was a good game. Got drunk. I sweat a lot.
Didn't they lose?
That's neither here nor there.
yeah, when you're sitting Diamond Club, you don't care who wins or loses.
Yeah, I sat next to Sinbad, dude. It was rad.
I don't believe that, but I would
Actually,
love for that to be true.
We
That's
joke
a good
about that
name drop.
celebrity, but last week we actually did sit next
Last
to
week we did.
we're very close to celebrities. It was Mike Sweeney, who used to play for the Royals,
And
was about a 16-year baseball player, and the other was,
Jim Caviezel.
and if you don't know who that is, who I
Jesus.
didn't know, he played Jesus in Passion of the Christ,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
he's
man.
in other stuff.
He was in that movie with Dennis Quaid.
You should have got him a water
where he
cup.
talks to his daughter's dead.
Oh, boy. No, that's actually, our buddy joked about that and said, I would have gone up to him and given him water, had him turn it to wine. That would have been something if he would have been able to do
Your
that.
buddy sounds like he's funny.
It's
So I
turtle.
think at the end of the day,
Psych.
Sinbad
Just
was
kidding, Turtle.
Sinbad might not be next to me, but he was nearby me.
Oh, really?
Yes,
That's
for
He
sure.
was cleaning the bathroom.
Maybe he was working there. I don't know. I'm making a joke.
Okay, well. Anyway, again.
Baseball? What are we talking about?
So back to baseball. We're about how many games deep are we in the season? Over 60, right? I want to say like around 7. No, the All-Star games.
oh,
in
Like
like,
33
yeah,
for the
one-
Yankees.
one
We're-
quarter
we're
of the
about
way
70.
through.
Yeah.
we're at 70?
Yeah.
So we're
not even a quarter.
we're about halfway.
Getting there.
And we were just going to say like some of the standings, what's been going on in the baseball season so far. So Andy, what
Yeah, I
are
said
you?
we're not going to just read the standings, but let's do it. In the first place,
Again, the Zima talking.
in first place in the AL East is the New York Yankees.
Are you hearing this, folks?
In second place.
No, that's got to stop. We just kind
All
of
right. Well, the Yankees really are in first
cruise
place.
through division, which is
And-
actually
and why are they?
Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge.
And a lot of their young talent. Aaron Judge leads the American League, I believe, in average. Leads the entire league in home runs still.
I think he must.
He must. I know he's not leading RBIs because there's some savages over there in the NL that just rake in RBIs, like a guy by the name of Nolan Arenado.
Well, it's not even fair. He doesn't play at a real stadium.
Oh, and New York is? The left field's
guess,
like
yeah.
280. But anyway, they've been a shock so far this year. I mean, they're in a very good division with the Red Sox, who are one of the favorites to win the World Series. They got the Blue Jays that are getting healthy now that Donaldson's back. You've got the Tampa Bay Rays that are a solid little team over there in Florida.
Third place. Yeah.
And then Baltimore, who has been struggling lately. I believe are they in last? They were in
They're a
last.
game up on Toronto.
But that whole division's close because
Toronto's
what is the difference
33
between
and 35?
and how many games
And
out
that's
are they?
The last place team, 5.5.
Exactly. So that's a really close division. I mean, compared to that, if you look at the AL West, when the last place team's about 4 months back.
What? 4 days.
I was
4
gonna say,
days
It was a
back.
bad joke.
All right, want to move on to the next division?
Yeah,
here?
let's please.
AL Central, Cleveland is leading. That's no surprise.
That was expected.
The Twins are over 500. But it was like last year they were the same thing, and they,
Yeah,
they
and then they
fell
fell
apart.
apart.
They will fall apart
So-
again.
Yeah, there's just not a ton of talent on the Twins.
Yeah, and they don't have the. They're
It's-
missing a lot.
yeah. They're worse off than they were last year.
I'd like
Yeah,
honestly.
roster-wise.
I'm interested to see if Detroit fights in with that because
Yeah.
they've got, in my opinion, I like their lineup has potential. I mean, it's got a lot of like names out of aging players like Ian Kinsler, Miguel Cabrera,
Well, Victor
Martinez.
Martinez is 47 years old now.
Okay.
I think he's never going to play again.
But they do have good young. I mean, JD Martinez is a great hitter. I mean, they've got a team that's got power, but I mean, I don't know. They've got their issues. Their bullpen hasn't been good in years.
Yeah,
don't
Casey
really
is
have-
under 500 again, so they.
Well,
they
Casey's
can't-
under 500, but they're getting hot.
Yeah,
that
they-
was who we saw this past weekend, and they were hitting the ball good.
Yeah, they were.
They're a team to watch out for if they do get hot because they win. By the way, they don't need dominant pitching to win. They usually been that's their bullpen.
they
haven't had like the best starting pitching in the last few years.
The best starting pitcher is Jason Vargas.
Okay, that's true. Vargas has been an ace this year
for some reason.
Yeah, he's got like
he was not
almost a sub
good.
2 ERA this year, so he is
never really a good pitcher.
And it's unfortunate because of Ventura, who passed away this past
Are you sure
year.
that was unfortunate?
Jeez.
Well, it
Andy.
is. Yeah, that was Andy. That was a little harsh, but it is unfortunate because Ventura was a solid pitcher. So I mean, if they had him still and they had Vargas the way he's been throwing,
they'd have many more fights. If he was
they'd
still
have.
out.
Okay, I did forget that part of Ventura's game that he did get in a lot of brawls, but I mean, he was just a competitor. But anyway, moving on from the Royals, what else the Houston? Now we go to the AL West.
The West.
The Houston Astros have the best record in baseball. And
Yeah,
they're a
this is-
very, very good young team, and they're
This is
right
the
now
process.
the favorites to win the World Series, I believe.
We talk about the Sixers and the process that they
Yeah.
tanked. Houston tanked, I think, not intentionally. They just were really horrible for 4 or 5 years.
After they lost all those big names like Biggio and
and all
Berkman
those
and Bagwell,
Sirkan.
Roy Oswalt.
And so now they've got all these young players. Correa and Bregman, I think, are both number 1 overall picks. Still Altuve and everything. And they're great. I mean, they're getting it done with a lot of their pitchers hurt. They just got a killer.
Yeah, and Dallas Keuchel actually, he still stands right now. He's had enough starts that he actually leads the league in ERA right now. I was
Yeah.
looking at it today with like a
bounce back
1.6 or
year.
something.
It's always
And I actually
your
kind
Cy
of
Young, and then your average, and then your Cy Young again.
I expected that from him. I feel like a lot of times when you do win that Cy Young award, maybe unless you're Clayton Kershaw or something, maybe it does
Same thing with Kluber. Kluber
bother you. Yeah,
he
now
won,
he's been,
and he was not good, and then he's great.
it's been a little different for Arrieta. He was still good last year. Now he's not too good this year.
Yeah.
But anyway,
We'll get to that.
that division Houston doesn't have. They have that thing already won. I mean, the Angels
Yeah.
are like in second place, and if I'm not mistaken, they're like what 12 or 13 games out.
11 and a half.
11 and a half. So and
Mike
Angels
Trout
have
comes
actually
back, they'll win every game, right?
the Angels have actually been a surprise to me this year because they weren't supposed to be really good at all, and they're like
Yeah.
right around 500. What are they? A little above or a little under?
Half game out, 36-37. So
Okay, so right there, and they haven't had Mike Trout for the last 2 weeks, and they're still finding a way to win some games. So I mean that's pretty impressive. But then you look at a lot of those other teams that are, in my opinion, better than the Angels in that division, like Seattle and Texas, have just been doing terrible. But now do we go NL East? It's already
It's over.
yeah.
It's probably
The
over.
Washington Nationals have just been dominating that piss poor division.
Yeah, it's
The New York Mets
embarrassing.
can't get it together. They have so much talent on that team, and they're either hurt or they're idiots. Like Matt Harvey got in trouble this year because he was supposed to start the day after Cinco de Mayo and had his start missed because he went out and partied till about 4 a.m. in New York. And it was, I guess, an ongoing problem.
Unbelievable.
And now he just isn't that good right now. And neither is a lot of their star pitchers. I mean, Syndergaard got hurt, which is unfortunate.
I think we need another Zima right now.
Zimas!
Do we?
Before I talk about this next team,
Andy is parched. You can hear it in his throat.
Here we go, Sean.
Yeah. Oh, let's make it explode.
I'll down the rest of my Zima so we can get another Zima.
Clink.
Tony got to finish it out.
Yeah, Tony's a
He's babysitting.
Why don't I put
Zima.
a nipple on that for you? I remember my first Zima.
You know,
I do too. It's about 10 minutes ago.
That was good. That was good. Anyway, I'm so distracted now. Where were we?
We're wrapping up the NL East,
yeah,
and
NL East.
my favorite team, the Philadelphia Phillies.
Oh, shit. The
Oh.
process, right? That's a process that's
Yeah.
going to take another 40 years.
It's sad how far that team was built in 2008. That was they're amazing. Cole Hamels and
Cliff
Roy
Lee.
Halladay and Cliff
Yeah.
Lee. It's they're going to be good forever, and then no, they're
What even happened?
the worst franchise in
Roy
baseball.
Halladay just retired out of nowhere. Cliff Lee
I think
vanished.
Roy Halladay's
I
37.
think
He's
they're
just,
still looking for Cliff Lee out there somewhere.
he's on the trading block.
Yes.
He's always going to be traded. So yeah, it's a division we shouldn't really even look back at.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
Nationals are going to win 90.
Now, here's been an interesting division. Another one that's been a competitive division here is the NL Central, and that's only because the Chicago Cubs have not been that great this season so far.
Milwaukee
And it's-
Brewers are actually
in
2.5 games up on the Chicago Cubs.
Now, the Milwaukee Brewers, I thought when the season first started that they were one of the worst teams, but that was before I knew about a man named Eric Thames, who
Yeah.
has hit around 20 home runs this year or close to it. He's just a beast of a human. If you've ever get a chance to look him up, do it, because he is a...
Yeah. Oh, caution.
Sounds like Anthony has Google imaged him nonstop.
He just hit a walk-off home run this past week, and they showed
He put shirtless
images. Yeah, they were ripping his jersey, and this guy looks like he was in
This
the yard.
just in, breaking news. Anthony has a new background on his computer, and it happens to be him with his shirt off.
Okay.
Oh.
Anyway, this guy looks like he's done some reps on the yard. Is all I'll say. This is a monster of a man.
Yeah.
And they've had their best hitter, or should be their best hitter. Ryan Braun's been out the last little while, and they've got other solid guys that you've never heard of, probably like Travis Shaw, and that's all I got. But and they've got solid little pitchers. They're not little pitchers, but
After these beasts of humans come out, and then they got these little pitchers in there.
these little midgets come out. But no, I'm serious. They got a guy named Jimmy Nelson who's pretty good. Chase Anderson's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got themselves a nice little team over there in Milwaukee. Will they stay atop that division? I don't think so, because I think the Cubs will get hot this summer, and they'll finish strong. And then you've got teams like the Cardinals that are not terrible.
Cardinals are struggling though.
They are struggling.
I think
The Cincinnati Reds, I know.
a month ago the Cardinals were like 4 games over 500. They've been a real rough stretch. The Reds, I think, have lost 8 in a row or something.
They actually just won today.
All right, because they're not playing the Dodgers anymore.
Yeah, they're playing the Rays,
Oh,
and they.
yeah.
That's true. The Dodgers are. We'll get there though.
We'll get there right now. Why don't we?
Why
Get
don't
there
we?
right now.
I'll crack
Anyone
open a
wanna talk
Zima
about
for
the
the
Pirates?
Dodgers.
Yes,
I am
spice with
wearing
Zima.
a Dodger hat as we speak right now. After all.
Does anyone even want to talk about the Pirates? You
No,
wanna
they're not
just
that
skip
good.
them?
No.
That city's.
Uninteresting.
I mean, they are. I mean, I'm a Steelers fan, but I'm not a Pirates fan. So
Okay.
unless Roethlisberger's out there throwing out the first pitch, I don't care.
He might be better than some of their pitchers.
It probably is.
So the NL West, there's a team by the name of the Los Angeles Dodgers. They think they've won 4 NL West titles in a row,
Haven't heard of them.
and they are in second place right now.
But that division is probably the
So-
best division in baseball right now, based on just those top 3 teams.
The AL East or that or that.
I would say the top 3 teams, though.
Yeah.
I'm not saying overall
I think
because the Padres are trash.
2, 3, and 4.
The Giants, though, if the Giants were playing even like okay baseball, because the Giants still have a solid team, they're just not playing good. You can have a good team and not be playing good, and that's what the Giants have right now.
Yeah, or
Bumgarner
it's not-
obviously riding dirty on his motorcycle hurt them a lot since he's out.
Yeah.
Cueto hasn't pitched that well this year,
Yeah, they got.
but Buster Posey actually leads the league in average,
Yeah.
batting
They
350
signed
coming in.
Melanson. He's been a disaster for him.
Yeah, well, Melanson wasn't. He was just good in like Pittsburgh. I feel like he wasn't
For like 2 years.
Yeah, I know, but even before that, he
Legit.
wasn't. In Houston, he wasn't that good. I'm
So,
not
yeah,
positive if he was in Houston, but I think he was.
Let's go back to the top because I'd love to talk about the Giants sucking
Colorado
all day long.
Rockies.
But it's the Rockies.
The
First
Rockies,
place.
it was a long time. Well, thing about Colorado is they've had a great lineup, in my opinion, the last few years. But the problem is they haven't had that great of pitching. And, I mean, who wants to pitch in Colorado? Even the best of the best get hit in Colorado. Kershaw's been roughed up in Colorado. I mean, the best of the best get roughed up in Colorado. So, I mean, if you're a pitcher, why would you even... Why would you want to pitch in Colorado? Your ERA is gonna be inflated.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
usually not up to the players where they play.
I know, but I'm saying like if they wanted to sign somewhere, it is. If it's like
Yeah,
they're
they're
free
not going to sign
agent.
free agents.
I mean, obviously a trade. What
Jason
can you
Marquis
do?
1 year.
But that's why I'm interested for this year because the Rockies are now obviously whatever they're doing is working. But now the trade deadline's coming up here in the next month. I'm interested to see if the Rockies do go out there and try to snag a starting pitcher because
I don't know
that
if they have to
team.
make a move.
I think they do. I think they need another solid starter because let's say they go into the playoffs. Let's say they win the division. Even if they go to the okay. Let's say Dodgers win the division, which will probably happen. Let's say Colorado goes in the wild card game, which at this point could be against Arizona.
Yeah.
I mean, who are you going to throw against Greinke? Greinke's been pitching
John
well this
Greinke.
year. I mean, that's the thing.
They don't have an ace, but they have.
Solid.
They need an
Yeah,
ace though.
Solid.
But that
three
lineup,
guys, but
honestly, they're one of those teams where it's like you can almost say their pitching's their hitting pretty much because that team can score you 7-8 runs a game. So it's like,
Yeah, but-
especially in Colorado. But I mean,
It's because they're Colorado.
but I mean, even if it's not Colorado, I mean, obviously they haven't played all their games in Colorado this year, and they have the second best record in baseball, I think, just behind Houston. So obviously they're hitting on the road too.
Yeah.
I mean, Nolan Arenado is one of my favorite, if not my favorite players in all of baseball. I know he plays in Colorado, but he's incredible in my opinion. He just hit a walk-off home run yesterday that completed his cycle.
I remember seeing. I said, "Oh, the Giants are actually going to win," and then I checked the score and said, "No, they lost."
Nothing saving Colorado. On Thursday, I think it was, the Rockies were up 9-1, and the Giants came back and tied it at 9, and then the Rockies won at the bottom of the ninth, 10 to win 10-9. But that's just the fun about going to a Rockies game. It's like you see games that are like that, like you can never leave. Like we left the other night in the Angel game because it was like 7-2 in the ninth, and we knew that game was done.
Yeah. The Dodgers game yesterday, they were winning 8-1, and they won 8-7.
Yeah,
Because they're in Cincinnati, and that's like Cincinnati's like that too.
yeah, their ballpark's Hitters Park as well. But anyway,
Yeah, speaking of the Dodgers, they're in second place. They're tied in second place, though. The Diamondbacks have been maybe just as much of a surprise. I think people thought to be better than Colorado, but
yeah, just
nobody
because
thought they would be this good. They're the
and Greinke's
tied for
pitching
the
good
third best
again.
record in
Greinke's pitching good again. They got
baseball.
Robbie Ray, who pitches pretty well, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I don't think Rockies or Diamondbacks are going to be there at the end. I really, not being biased, I actually do think the Dodgers are going to be in the World Series this year, just because.
Now we're talking.
I think it'll be like them versus Washington or the Cubs, but like Washington's bullpen's one of the worst in baseball this year. I don't know where the Cubs rank, but the Dodgers are either 1 or 2. And I mean, bullpen's key. I mean, they already have the best pitcher in baseball. They have a lot of depth with their hitting.
Wood is just
And then
lining up.
Yeah, and they got Wood too, who's helping out, and then you've got a great bullpen. I mean, when they bring in Jansen all the time in the 8th, and he gets these 5-6 out saves, and it's like he can't be stopped.
I think Jansen's up to almost 50 strikeouts with no walks on the season. It's just like insane.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, is a record, right?
I think it is. The start of the season, I don't know if it's the longest.
Yeah, strikeout to walk ratio,
Um,
but anyway, I mean, do we have
I
any?
want to talk about one more player in the
Okay.
Dodgers.
Oh yeah.
Bellinger.
Andy Kennedy.
Yeah.
It's crazy that.
Yeah.
So last
It's
year
like-
they had Seager, and that was amazing. As a rookie, the guy was one of the best players in the National League. I didn't think they could top it, but I think they have with Bellinger. I don't think Bellinger's as good of a player overall,
Yeah.
but that's just like the power. It's like I've never seen anything like that. Been watching the Dodgers for 20 plus years. Nobody hits home runs to the Dodgers. It's always like their leader has 26 home runs. I've
Yeah.
never
Well,
seen this kind of power.
Dodgers is kind of a pitcher's ballpark too.
It is, but like it's like no one ever even hits.
Yeah. Who was
30.
their last big home run hitter? Was Beltre, right?
Beltre hit almost 50.
I think he did hit 50.
Might have been, but
Well, yeah. I mean, they've had some good young talent come up. I mean, Peterson back to back. Peterson.
yeah.
Peterson's problem is he's all or nothing.
Well, they fall
Yeah.
apart. Puig was amazing, and
Yeah,
now
exactly.
Peterson was amazing at first, and now he's.
That's why I think
struggling.
Seager's actually the most consistent of all those guys, though.
I think because he's a shortstop and he's pretty good at it too. That
Yeah.
he'll always have some value.
I
But
think. Yeah, I read Jacques coming back up though. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, you know, he started yesterday,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, he's been
or a
playing.
couple days ago. So yeah, he's been out there. But okay, so
He's
I was
just-
wrong. You were right. It was a 48 home run season for
So it's
Beltre
almost
back in
50.
2004, but 121 RBIs.
no, that was a ridiculous season, and he left. That's what was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you got to go out on top, Andy. And he batted 334 that year. I mean, that was like
It was
a
one of the best
MVP type seasons.
It was one of the best non MVP seasons I remember because he was still playing with a guy named Barry Bonds in his division.
Oh yeah.
Which, if you remember that time period of Barry Bonds, he was getting walked.
The,
Like,
the
the
steroid
bases
era.
loaded.
75% of the time he was getting walks, which is like that's still a good play.
Walked
and
on
then the other 25%.
Walked on bases loaded.
Yeah,
That's not just walk. That's
That's the ultimate respect.
your juice is putting this ball out of the park. Walk. But yeah, it's crazy.
But do we have any early predictions? Like who's gonna keep doing well? You think who's gonna start to fall?
Yeah, I think we kind of covered it. I think the
Yeah.
Cubs will bounce back.
Yeah, I think
They're very lucky they're
I
in a
think-
weaker division.
Twins are obviously I think
Yeah.
gonna fall. I think it's a matter of time before Milwaukee
Absolutely.
starts
I think
losing.
the NL wild card is pretty much wrapped up. It's gonna be
Arizona,
interesting.
Colorado.
Well,
Yeah, if I had to
Two
predict
of the
right
NOS
now,
teams.
I think Dodgers win the division. I think Nationals win the division. I think Cubs come back and win the division, and I think it is going to be an NL West showdown in the wild card because I don't think the Central is just deep enough. It's not.
All those
They've-
teams are pretty far back.
And then in the AL, I have to say Houston's going to obviously win the division. I think Boston's going to get it going again and win the division. Cleveland's going to win the division, I think, and I think that wild card game is going to be
Second
New
wild
York
card.
versus. And I
think
don't
Boston's
know.
going to overtake the Yankees.
Exactly, and I don't know who's going to be for that
Yeah, it's
wild
probably
card
going to be
game.
an AL East thing.
I think it's going to be
Whether
either
it's gonna be
New
Tampa
York
Bay, Baltimore, or Toronto.
or Baltimore. Yeah, Baltimore. You said yeah, or honestly, Detroit
Angels?
maybe. Detroit could
Not the Angels?
sneak in there. No. And if I'm someone right now, I would not. I would pray Boston's
no,
not in that wild card game because if you're going against Chris Sale,
Yeah.
it's been unfortunate for Sale this year too because he just had a game the other night where he lost 1-0. That guy gives up no runs, and for whatever reason, Boston just does not score for that guy. But anyway, I think that's pretty much covering baseball, huh? Andy?
Yeah, so just 900 more games to go. And
Yeah, we'll talk more about baseball later now because that's the only sports we're gonna have going other than just off-season news and basketball,
Tennis,
football.
I don't know.
All right. Other than Anthony's computer background, we do actually have some breaking news.
Oh.
So Give me some breaking news music. Anthony.
Cannonball?
Boom, ba-da-dum, ba-dum, boom.
All right.
Boom, boom,
No,
boom.
it's still going.
That's the Zima breaking
Yeah,
news.
it's Zima.
Howard Beck, senior writer at the Bleacher Report, has just said LeBron is disappointed at Griffin's departure as well as the timing and is concerned about what this portends for Cavs going forward.
Yeah.
Wow, so we said that before they said that.
Let's call him.
You heard it
Let's
here
get him on the
first.
phone right now.
Get him on the horn.
Yeah, very interesting. We'll see what happens there in this offseason. I'm sure he'll speak out a lot more too. I mean, LeBron's one of those players that has never kind of held back on just free agency period and speaking out on his organization.
It's going to be a very annoying season then because all we're going to hear about Brian Windhorst is going to stow himself inside of LeBron's car, getting minute updates.
Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't Brian Windhorst that actually said that. So I'm sure
He's probably still stuck in LeBron's closet right now trying to get footage.
Jeez, Andy.
But I think that's all we have for sports today. Let's move on to some news. So Dobby, hit us with the topics of the week.
Dive into news. And now last week it was 2 sex stories, and you can't go wrong with that. But we're going to lay off that topic for at least
you
a
can't.
week. This is this is news, but this is about Carrie Fisher's death, which I still think is so weird that she died and then a day later her mother died. That's just the most
very
insane
weird.
thing to me. But her autopsy report came back. Now, I think she has a little bit of a reputation for being a little bit of a rambunctious partier.
Well, it's shown. There's a clip. You can see it in Star Wars, in one of the Star Wars movies. She has a Coke spoon, long fingernail.
Really?
So you can actually see it in the movie.
Was it loaded?
What?
Did she have Coke on the
No,
fingernail?
but that's what that long fingernail finger. Goddamn Zima.
Zima!
But that's what she uses.
I didn't hear of that. And I definitely didn't notice it. But so the autopsy.
What is the reason for like the long fingernail? Just so you can.
So you can
Like I think a
Oh, holy shit! So you
Coke
can just
spoon.
put it in your nail.
Holy
Wow.
Wow, that's
revelations with Anthony.
I
right
just
there.
thought maybe it was to make like the line straighter, but I guess it makes sense more that it's just kind of you just hide
No,
it.
Your
there.
nail that straight?
Usually,
Oh, Carrie,
It's
stop
for
picking
people
your
who can't get
nose.
credit
you
cards.
usually have that little vial that they fill up with Coke, and then they
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
pour it
yeah,
on their
yeah.
nail, and they just stick up their nose. And
No, I got it now.
they usually sometimes just use the vial, but
That's
I
when-
don't. I'm not.
That's when they're the real deal.
I'm not speaking from experience. I just know this.
If you're a real big shot, you're like Scarface. You just bury your face in a pile of it.
Mountain of Coke. But yeah, it wasn't. Correct me if I'm wrong. It wasn't just cocaine though. There was MDMA, I believe, traced, and heroin.
Well, spoiler alerts. Yes, this is what I was going to reveal.
Oh my bad.
So,
Jeez, Carter.
Sorry, I ruined the story.
the toxicology review found evidence of cocaine, methadone, MDMA, which is also ecstasy, alcohol, and opiates. But that's not all.
Well,
They
she's
were-
trying to get clean. She had that methadone.
There were results suggested exposure to heroin, but a dose and time cannot be pinpointed.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This lady was smoking a Jeffrey, is what it says. She was on everything.
But wait,
Good
when she
riddance.
died because she had that heart attack, right, or something on the plane.
She went
I forget how
I
she
think
died.
so, but yeah.
My
that's
point
what
is
happens
obviously
when
all
you do
those
that.
drugs, exactly. So because it was never said like, oh, it was an overdose. It was like a heart thing. But now obviously
No,
as we
people knew
see,
that she had a history that
it
like,
probably
Well,
was.
she had a history of
Fucks.
depression too, didn't she?
Yeah, mental.
And she was very outspoken about that. So I mean, it's not surprising that she
No.
has all this in her system because she has that history. And,
Hey, when you're
But-
60, have fun.
Oh,
that's
don't
the
have
breaking
too much
point.
fun, yeah. She looked like
She's
someone
got
who was at
Maybe
I know,
not
we
when you're
need-
filming the new Star Wars,
Now she-
Andy.
She has to get killed off in the movie. Yeah. How selfish of her.
Jeez, Andy.
Way to ruin episode. Was it 8
This
for
is
everybody?
7, I think.
No,
well,
7.
she was just in
Force Awakens.
7.
Oh, we're talking about Star Wars.
Yes.
What do you think we were talking about?
The podcast?
Oh wow!
Boy.
No.
Dun,
ruined it,
bum, bum.
Zima.
Tony's take. The
Listen-
galaxy far, far away that was Zima's.
So, I just thought that was very impressive, if you want to call it that this older woman was...
That is, I mean, I don't know how long all that stuff stays in your system.
A few
know,
days.
I was gonna say, I know it's not too long apart. It's not like
Yeah.
weed that stays in your system for like a month or whatever.
Yeah,
a lot of that stuff's only in there for a couple
This
days.
Zima's gonna stay in my system for like 2 hours. And
I'm about to take a leak after this podcast and have
There
it
you
gone.
go.
But I just thought it was interesting that even if it was a few days apart, this lady was still just banging them out.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the phrase we want to use.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about drugs at this point.
Oh.
So
Oh.
let's go into a more laid-back story now.
All
Okay?
right.
A 22-pound lobster was freed
Oh, here
after
we go.
nearly 20 years being held captive in a seafood restaurant. And I say held captive. They suggest that he was roughly 100 years old, this lobster.
What?
Yeah.
Do lobsters live that
Yes,
long?
they do.
Yeah.
They live for like
I guess
20
you never
years.
know because they're
They're
either in the sea
cockroaches
or
of the
they're in your
sea.
cooking pan.
Yeah.
He was let free in like the ocean.
Yeah, they put him in the ocean and
They die
experts.
immediately.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's probably just gonna get
Absolutely.
run over by a boat and just chopped up into the.
No, he's gonna be eaten. Why would you not just eat them?
You're actually not.
Well, no,
the big
they
ones
say
are
that
bad
he-
or something.
Oh, I believe that actually.
The
100
owner
years.
says that
The owner.
the owner
My
of the
pet lo-
restaurant
my pet- Oh, okay.
said that he would be too tough.
Yeah, I think I've heard
It's
that.
too old of meat. So and that makes
No, I've heard
No,
that
it
too.
does
yeah,
make
you,
sense.
You have to get them like when they're 10 years old.
You have to think of like an old person
Oh,
too.
hey,
Like imagine,
creepy man.
imagine,
Oh, with these phrases today, huh?
imagine an old person. Like they got
Definitely don't want
rough
to eat an
skin.
old person.
It's,
Jesus, Tony.
All right.
I think we have to drink Zimas every time.
we just went from old lobster to cannibalism, Anthony.
I just want to compare this for our audience.
Comparedness. So they put him in the ocean, and researchers say he should be just fine and able to find food, and they think he'll be able to adjust to the wild.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
think
'cause-
that, but he's also a
'cause-
22-pound lobster that's
100 years old.
Yeah, it sounds like it's pretty fast.
Yeah, because all those guys have been 100-year-old lobsters before.
Yeah, he does look huge.
What eats lobsters in the ocean?
Me.
No.
Yeah, no,
Look
humans.
it up.
I
Like,
would,
look
I
it
would
up.
say
There's gotta be,
humans
like,
is
a-
probably the number one threat, to be honest.
I'm sure, but I feel like there's a bigger
Eels.
threat.
Eels.
And I feel like this lobster has a disadvantage.
Oh, fuck.
No, he's got a lot of mass.
Unless he's got a lot of like.
A lot of mass, a lot of inexperience, and yeah, I
He
mean,
just sharpen his claws before he gets out there.
and age.
Cod. Primary enemy.
There's going to be a cod,
Cod.
a group of cod that are just going to dominate this lobster.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Guaranteed.
They're going to make that lobster
In
theirs.
fact, I would not be surprised if this lobster's already dead.
Well, I think it happened today.
What restaurant was this?
This was published 54 minutes ago. That
There
thing
we
is
go.
probably already dead.
Yeah, already dead.
It's a seafood restaurant in New York.
If
All right,
anybody
I was
had 50
thinking, is this
minutes,
Asia or something.
No, his
On
name
their-
was Louis.
Oh,
would they
hey.
keep him there for
It's
that
not a bad
long?
name. That's my middle name.
20 years.
Louis.
I think
Like
because
in those tanks in the front, where
Well,
snow
yeah,
took him.
they said that they were gonna eat him. They're like, no, like let me see if I find it.
it became like the hallmark
And
of the
exactly,
restaurant.
like you kind of became a little.
It's like you're
thing
going to the
that-
aquarium.
Yeah,
at the
people wanted to
restaurant.
go see this thing at
Yeah.
the front of the restaurant before they went and ate a
Like the
different
bearded
lobster.
lady at the
Yeah.
carnival.
Yeah, or Andy's mom.
Oh.
Andy's mom doesn't have a
Throwing
Got personal.
shade.
Let's keep it to lobster jokes.
But I saw that, I was like, oh, that's
Leave the
kinda
mothers
cool.
out of this.
But yeah, it's like, can that thing really survive?
I doubt it. I highly
He
doubt
was
it.
getting used to just sitting in the back, probably had a beanbag in that little aquarium of his, and they were just feeding him whatever the hell lobsters eat, goldfish or something.
Oh, dude, fuck. I'm
You thought the cracker?
I did.
Yeah, they're just dropping.
They probably would eat it.
Damn it.
Ah, it's your birthday. Here's a Cheez-It. Fuck.
Zimas are
Oh,
really
for your
fucking with
89th
everybody here.
birthday. Anyway, moving on.
That's about all I have for the news
Well,
world.
slow day, but I appreciate a good lobster
Yeah,
story.
there's
Oh,
some
yeah.
bullshit about the iPhone 8, but I mean, it's all speculation for
Yeah.
another month or two.
We'll wait till
What
that,
else do we
grows a
got
little more.
cooking on the cooker?
Moving on to entertainment, coming out this week. I don't know what she said about cooking.
That
I
was
said-
more lobster talk.
I said, yeah, what else we got cooking on the cooker?
Oh, interesting.
I-
Anyways, entertainment. Let's go into it. The movie that's coming out this week, it seems like it's the only movie coming out this week.
Sharknado 5.
I wish. It would probably be better than this. Transformers The Last Night. That's Night with K.
Yes, with a K.
If you haven't seen the previews,
Don't.
I'm not even sure what Transformer this is, like 5 or 6.
I think it's 5.
Oh, there it is.
So-
Number 5. Mark Wahlberg is back. Anthony Hopkins joins the cast. I believe John Goodman also.
Oh,
Well,
of course.
that goes without saying.
So,
I think John Goodman was already a Transformer.
Was he?
He might have been a voice of a Transformer.
Maybe this is his
and
twin
now he's
brother.
human.
Interesting. He's getting double. He's
Yeah.
double dipping.
Why not?
Classic. What's his? John Goodman.
Oh, Norman.
Yeah. Classic Norm Macdonald. Hasn't been in a movie in ages, but classic.
He'd be a good Transformer. Wouldn't he?
Yeah. Hey, where you going? What? Get your ass back here.
Come back here.
That is actually a good Norm Macdonald
Thanks.
voice.
Can I just say that it's amazing to me how little of a shit I give about this movie.
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
cared about any of them.
No, this movie, The Fast and the Furious.
Bring crazy Shia LaBeouf back, and I'll be interested.
Yeah.
We watched
Maybe.
that movie with Shia LaBeouf where he's just gone downhill.
American Honey. Yeah, don't see that.
Yeah,
That was
it's
alright.
just
No, it
okay.
wasn't.
Whether the movie's good or not, it's the fact that he went from a lead role in box office movies to
He's an
this
artist. He's an artist
independent.
now.
No, he's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah,
He
he's
He
more.
can do whatever he wants.
He's more about the script than
He got to grow a rat tail for that movie.
interesting.
Can you believe
That's
it?
just his hair.
He went James-
that whole movie was like just
James
junkies.
Franco and Spring Breakers. Then
I still haven't seen that. I want
Don't
to. I
fucking
know it's
see
that
No,
bad.
that is actually
I
one
wa-
of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I walked
I
out
walked
of that
out.
movie.
I was probably with you.
You were, yeah.
That's so adorable.
That's where we met.
This movie sucks. Oh yeah, it does.
No, our buddy Brian Hill
Yeah, I think it was Brian. Yeah,
was
shit.
like, let's go
Well,
see
of
Spring
course.
Breakers. So we went.
Right.
Ryan was in it.
And
So
he was dating someone too at the time.
We go
Yeah,
in,
his name's Peter.
and I shit you not, maybe 10 minutes in, I told him I was fucking leaving.
I think we
That's all
realistically.
you gave?
Realistically, I think we did
awful.
give it only 30 to 45 minutes and we were gone.
Wow.
30, I think, at least.
They say it really got going
At
in 50
most
minutes.
30. It was fucking awful.
And
Yeah,
that's
it's
not
not
one of those
premature.
ones, like, I'm pretty sure when I was in 8th grade, a group of
I don't think that movie came out when you were in 8th grade.
friends of I and whatever, Andy, let me finish. Group of friends and I and whatever walked out on, like, Napoleon Dynamite.
I left
but
Napoleon Dynamite.
now, looking
Whoa.
back, I actually really enjoyed
Whoa.
that movie.
Exactly my point.
But this one's not one of those, because Napoleon Dynamite was funny. This was just not.
On like it was a comedy, so
Exactly. That was the
No.
thing, is they tried to make what should have been a comedy too serious, and it was just awful.
was
Aren't
serious.
they making a sequel to Spring Breakers?
Yeah, Summer Breakers.
Pregnant Breakers?
Okay. I
He
don't.
gets a 67 from the tomato meter. 38
Spring
from the
Breakers?
audience. Yeah.
Yeah, see, the audience
People liked
hated
it.
it.
It's just it's a controversial movie. They happen.
It sucked
They
dick.
happen. Huh?
That's what was wrong with it.
Suck dick,
Wow.
Carter. I will say that Transformers does not have a review because they're probably paying them off to say,
Yeah, they probably have
let's
a...
push it to set Friday
I'll
after.
give you a free robot if
Yeah.
you just.
Exactly, yeah.
Robot.
We'll give you Optimus Prime.
I've never been less interested in a movie, so
Yeah,
I definitely
so-
will not see it.
Well, it's probably
even
movies
on
you've never
Cody.
heard of.
It's going to be a slow movie weekend, which
Well,
means...
no, people will see
One,
it.
no, I doubt
Oh
it.
yeah, people see it Fast and Furious because America's dumb.
Yes.
Fast and Furious is one of the biggest movies on the planet because people are stupid as shit.
This one was not this latest one was not nearly as big as the last one. I
Thank
think people
God.
are trying to.
Well, I think it's going to be a big weekend for, like, movies that just came out, too. Wonder Woman's going to do well this weekend again, and Cars probably...
Well, I saw was the number 3 movie. I think number 3 made a lot more than expected. Was that Tupac thing,
Really?
which
Yeah,
does not have
actually-
good reviews.
No, it does not.
But-
22.
I heard it
Wow,
was pretty
people
good,
love
though.
Tupac.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is that's
Who
the...
told you that? Brian Hand?
No.
Yeah.
It did 26 mil.
That
That's
is
a
the
lot
thing, though.
for a movie that
Okay.
nobody have ever heard of.
Let me see that.
Wonder
Let
Woman
me,
did 41.
Okay,
let me tell you
it's a
something
big
about
budget movie.
Tupac, though. Go.
Okay, let's do
Tell
it.
us a thing about Tupac.
Educate me on Tupac
You
Shakur
guys
real
are old
quick.
buddies.
When you're going to see that movie as an audience guy, girl,
What? Versus what?
As an audience guy, okay? I'm picturing
So,
it.
okay, about me. I'm an audience guy. You need to know that. What does that mean?
when you go there, you're not going to see like a great film. You're going because it's like you want to know more of the life of Tupac.
Watch the goddamn documentary.
That's basically what this is.
No, it's not Doctor.
No, it's not.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
What they're doing is they're piggybacking off of Straight Outta Compton.
And
Oh,
and the
and
Biggie
try-
Smalls movie.
Notorious, but I feel like that was out a long time ago.
That
Oh,
was
it's
like
still the same thing. That was
11
East
years
versus
ago, like
West.
8 years ago or something.
East versus West. Well, I mean,
You're East
Tupac
versus
started in the East Coast anyways, if we want to get technical.
Yeah, and then he went to Marin County.
That's
Yeah.
true. Okay.
Real tough streets, if you ask me.
Well, I mean, he eventually moved his way down. But, in the same manner, I think they're just going because they're Tupac fans. It probably has a lot of his music, and I mean,
I would
the
hope
people
so.
singing it are
Actually,
fans.
No, this is the weirdest part about it. The whole soundtrack is cut by the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. I'm kidding.
Anthony thought you were serious.
Tony.
Don't fool our audience.
Tony's like, holy shit.
The
is he
Zima,
serious?
the Zima
This
podcast
audience
is
man does
strong.
not understand.
But yeah, so I mean it. Yeah, but that's what I feel is gonna have a bigger weekend than Transformers. I don't think Transformers is gonna top the box office at all.
I hope not.
Oh, I think it's number one. No
You
doubt.
do?
Yeah, that being said, I think it will be.
It's
People
number
really
one.
see
It's just
it.
not going to be as
It's too big
as...
of a franchise. People are, there's a new Transformers. I have to see it.
Yeah, but in the same
Was that the candlestick from
in the
Beauty
same
and the
respect,
Beast?
can you look up what the past 2 Transformers movies have done on opening?
Could you tell me what those are even called?
Transformers, introduction of Mark Wahlberg.
That's what
That's
the movie is called.
just IMDb Transformers, and you'll get every single all 18 of them.
That's true.
And you might even get the cartoon, actually, thinking about that. But yeah, because I feel like the past 3 or 4 have been shit.
So,
Well, nobody liked him past the first one.
Age of Extinction 2014
Yeah.
gets a 5.7.
Okay, that's not money,
Oh, you wanted money.
right?
Yeah, 5. Wait. You
Oh,
mean rating?
that's the rating.
That's the rating. 5.7. Okay.
It's going to get its money back. Are you ready for this?
Opening weekend.
Estimated budget of 210 mil.
Yeah.
Opening weekend 100 mil. Gross profit, it's actually kind of underwhelming, 245.
Huh.
That's not worth it in the long run.
Yeah. Okay.
$235 million profit.
Now go back to the second.
When you spent 210 million?
no profit.
Okay, go back to two Transformers ago now, because I want to see if it trended down
TJ,
or
Miller
if
was
it
in
kind of
that movie?
plateaued.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's-
He died like right away.
Oh, well, that was our problem.
The Dark Moon.
Keep him around.
Ooh, that one had Rosie Huntington Whiteley.
What?
That was the British one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's hot.
6.3 for a rating.
All 6 of that was her. 0.3 was the movie.
Oh, dang. Tony. This one was a little cheaper. 195 mil.
Yeah, you got inflation to deal
Well, let's
talk
talk
Opening
about.
with.
weekend.
Wahlberg's like
Here's the thing, opening weekend 115 mil.
a little
See-
higher. So.
15 mil higher. Gross.
Just a little higher.
Gross 352.
Okay.
That's a good return on your investment.
Yeah. So what I'm saying though is trending down, and
Absolutely.
and this one doesn't look any fucking better.
No, it looks
So you
like
gotta think
diarrhea.
it trends down even further. So I don't think it.
I think it's still making money, enough
Yeah.
money to
Oh,
justify
yeah. Like
it.
I
so.
said,
Oh,
there
absolutely.
Are more,
And
there are
we-
more dumb people on this planet
And
than there are smart
we've
people.
talked about this. A lot of these movies, the international market is crazy.
Yeah, they
for
put a
it.
Chinese
So,
guy in there.
Exactly.
and now they're
It
gonna
goes
see
crazy.
But
But
if they put LeBron in there, would all the Chinese people want to see it?
LeBron's a big deal.
Kobe Bryant though. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only movie coming out this weekend. Some more entertainment moves. A new X-Men movie has been announced. Andy, do you want to discuss this?
Yeah,
one?
so there was an X-Men movie that came out last summer. Wasn't very good, X-Men Apocalypse. So if you remember back like 5 years ago or so, they rebooted X-Men. They jettisoned Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman. And they brought in Michael Fassbender, Jennifer Lawrence, some young actors who weren't stars yet. And that was a really good movie, that one.
Oh, the one where
First
it's
class.
like their first class.
in,
X-Men.
in the 60s.
X-Men
The
First
one where
Class.
they're in the guy. You see how Professor X gets into the wheelchair and whatnot.
This is the very end, yeah.
Gets hit by
Yes.
a
So the
car.
point is, you see
Yeah.
it happen.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one. Yes.
Yes,
I
it
mean,
stands
back at the
through
end
most
or
of
not.
the movie, yes.
But then, like I said, you see
Yeah,
it.
you do.
Jeez, man.
Can I just go off topic for a second? So I just finished my second Zima. This does not taste nearly as good as the first one. It's kind of gross now.
Yeah,
Yeah, still enjoying it.
No,
I do agree with you though.
The aftertaste is. Ugh.
I could not.
Yeah, I don't think
Zima's
you
one of
count
those drinks
Zimas.
I knew right away. I couldn't have more than 2. I don't think. Not because I
Well,
can't handle
we
more
can't
than 2.
because there's not.
Yeah, we're
But
at a
because-
six-pack, but
I think after 2 is when
No.
your stomach's
We
gonna
get
start.
that chemical sweetness, which is a bad form of sweetness.
I'll start calling you sweetness, Andy.
Sweetness.
It's gross. Is all I wanted to say.
All right. Topic covered.
Yeah.
With that
X-Men.
first sip of Zima, can't.
The
Not
the
bad.
Zima high hit its
I was
peak.
very impressed right off the bat, but now I'm very unimpressed. It's
It
gross.
sounds like the X-Men franchise.
Sounds like
Don't fucking drink it.
Sounds like my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, Tony, you mean boyfriend?
Got him.
Brian Hansen.
But moving on.
Oh, that's his little
That's
brother.
my brother, dude.
The X-Men series, they're gonna have a new one. See, what I didn't like about the series, the whole reboot, I did enjoy First Class, like Anthony said.
Where's the one where...
The second one, I don't remember what it was, but it was the mix of both.
Yeah, well, it's the future and the past.
Exactly. And the movie was entertaining, but they made it so everything in the past of all X-Men movies was erased. And I was like, what a fucking cash grab. And then they came out with Apocalypse, which we were just talking about.
Which happened in the past from its prequel, from the
Exactly.
previous movie. So everyone's not going to die in Apocalypse because they're still alive in the future of the previous movie.
Yeah, so it's...
They backed themselves into a corner, and I was like, okay, let's just be done with this. And Michael Fassbender and Jennifer Lawrence were only signed for 3 movies, and it was like, they're out. They're big stars. They don't want to deal with this. So it was a big surprise. I saw it. Well, everyone's signed back on. So I think this is going to be the movie that's going to take place in the 90s. They do a movie every decade. So that's at least something cool to me, is that they're...
Be a good throwback.
That the first one was the
music.
60s, and then the 70s, the last one was the 80s, and now it's the 90s. So.
Yeah, it's very cool. And
But,
it'll be interesting just because, Logan just came out, and...
Well, that's my problem.
Hugh Jackman's no more. So how are you going to replace that? I mean...
Can't.
So...
You can't.
If
So they're
anyone's
gonna,
seen Logan here,
it's gonna be Wolverine-less.
yeah.
And
But
I think they already
technically-
announced that.
But technically, he's still alive in the 90s. He's there in the 90s.
Exactly.
He could be. He's not going to be in it, I'm pretty sure. But
Just to be clear, you guys are talking about Dark Phoenix,
yes.
the 2018. Okay. Yeah, he's not on there. No one is.
But he
on
wasn't.
there.
He wasn't supposed to be in Apocalypse either, and then they did a stupid cameo.
What is X-Men without Wolverine, though? It's just men.
Why
No,
did-
wait, never mind.
No, there's women. There's aliens.
No, I forgot X. Oh, shit.
You thought
Jesus, Tony.
You thought Wolverine was the X?
There's
Holy
like 4,000 people in X-Men.
What I thought was, I actually, in my head, thought his name was X-Men.
Jesus.
That was the confusion.
I didn't even watch this shit. I know that.
I don't watch. I actually did like First Class because I...
Yeah, the good pizza.
They don't do quesadillas though.
It's because I actually also like, because it's like you see how Magneto gets to be
Yeah.
his bad self.
Yes, it is the prequel for all of the X-Men, Anthony.
But I just think that's cool when you get to see how, like, the fact he didn't start off bad. He was a good guy. And then he
Well, he's
got
always-
bad.
Yeah, he's
But he had that troubling
Question.
past you learned, too, about his things with Germany, how they, like,
Germany,
killed his
yeah.
mother, I'm pretty sure.
Don't we all
Yeah,
know
there's a
that?
thing called the Holocaust that happened in real life. You not aware?
They didn't do that in the movie, did they?
Yeah.
He was at a concentration camp.
Oh boy.
Anyways,
So
Actually-
I see this has Jessica Chastain.
Yeah, that's another big get, too.
are you sure that you don't enjoy that second Zima, Anthony?
Yeah, I think you do.
I haven't eaten since, like, 1.
Oh, that's what it is.
Jessica Chastain's confirmed for it?
She's rumored still, but
Okay.
she's playing Liliandra, but she doesn't have a dash for an ex
Superhero,
person.
yeah.
So is she like the hunter who's trying to take?
I'm
these
not sure.
them
I
down?
probably read what she was rumored to play a bit. I don't
Because
know.
that's pretty much what it always is, right? There's one guy that's part of the government who's gonna shut these magnet people down. Because Magneto's the main guy.
Magnet.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
the
no.
Days of Future Past had I can't even remember his name. Game of Thrones guy.
Jon Snow?
The guy gets beheaded.
Peter Dinklage.
Oh,
Oh,
Dinklage.
it has
Was
the
he-
dwarf.
The
he
little guy,
created.
yeah.
I was gonna say Jon Snow was not.
He created these like robots that killed all the mutants in the future. That's
That's
why they
right.
go back
See,
in the
so
past.
I haven't seen all of these. Is every one of these the damn same though? Someone from the government wants to kill him.
These
No, Apocalypse was a ancient, like the original mutant. This last one that was bad.
Yeah, he was like
He was like a mutant who
was like he was
from
like
ancient Egypt, and he like just went to
Exactly.
sleep for 2,000 years.
Was he a pharaoh?
he was pretty much like the most
Yeah.
powerful mutant like in land. He's the one like in the X-Men timeline, I guess you could say, is the one that created like humanity. It was enslaved humanity to build the pyramids and all that kind of stuff, and that's the story
Then
they
he
went
went into a
with.
coma and then woke up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Interesting. I'm not going to see that one, but
Yeah.
I just saw that. I was like, huh, she's the only one who doesn't have.
Andy and
a
I
dash.
both don't endorse it, so
Good.
You,
But this one, so Bryan Singer, who's directed most of the movies in the franchise, he left again, and the writer
Simon Kinberg.
Simon Kinberg is actually going to direct, and he's never directed anything in his life.
Wow.
oh wow,
So people are kind of worried, but he's been their comic book comic book guy. He also wrote the
Sherlock.
Fantastic Four movie,
Blech.
which was total shit.
He
So
wrote Sherlock Holmes,
Alright.
2009 one.
I don't like those ones.
I hated that movie.
So-
I thought that was so stupid.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
So
That makes me a little nervous.
I don't know. I'm not expecting a whole lot, but I hope it's just better than Apocalypse.
I mean, you were a producer on 30 different projects. You
Yeah.
should have an idea of what the hell you're doing
Yeah.
for directing. I'm honestly
Well, so
surprised.
he's doing all of Fox's comic book stuff, so I'm pretty sure he's a producer for Deadpool and all that stuff. So.
Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
Too. I'm just surprised he hasn't done it earlier. Why not make the jump into directing, get a little bit more cash?
Who knows?
He looks like a 9-year-old boy.
I don't know what he looks like.
He's in his 40s, 50s, and just looks like a kid.
But you usually don't see a first-time director take on a $100 million budget movie like that.
No.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. That's
Could be a
that
fun
actually
disaster.
that actually intrigues me more to see
Yeah.
this, but we'll see. I mean, how far along it goes and who gets confirmed for what. So,
Yeah.
but what are you guys watching at the moment?
Well, I do have. So I said something about Sharknado 5. The teaser trailer just came out for Sharknado 5.
Holy shit! I
Global-
thought you were kidding.
Global swarming.
So get political now.
Yeah. So this.
Al Gore's gonna be a character, and
Oh, he's more
Man
than a
beverage.
character. This just diarrhea for your eyes. I think I saw like 2 or 3.
I think I saw the first.
I saw the first one because everyone did.
I never saw it.
Good. Don't.
I think I saw the
Because-
first one here, actually.
No,
Well, for a lot of people
I
that
did.
aren't
We did watch
watching-
one of them. It was probably like number 4
Hold on.
as a joke.
For a lot of people who
No, but I know my first one. I remember being on
Ladies,
the couch.
for a lot of people who are not watching because we're not recording, Tony pointed down, meaning this house where we're recording. You gotta remember, this is audio only feed, kid.
It was to you guys.
Oh,
I was talking to you guys, just the people were listening.
Interesting.
perfect. Well, there's a teaser trailer. I haven't watched it. I don't want to watch
So-
it. On the cover, looks like Big Ben is up in the air.
Oh, hell yeah.
Obviously, a few
Throwing it
sharks.
past Antonio Brown.
One of the pyramids, like a pharaoh's face, is on there. So it looks like they go to Egypt.
So it's total crap. That's what you're saying.
So-
Oh yeah.
I'm really upset with these movies because
Uh oh, here it comes.
I used to watch those sci-fi original movies all the time in the early 2000s, late 90s,
And they were
and
so
make fun of them.
awful. They were good.
Yeah, like I'd watch them with my dad and like, oh look how terrible the special effects are, and then they caught on that the only people watching it were to make fun of it, so they're like, we'll make it even
Yeah,
more.
it's a hipster.
Yeah, and it was like, oh now you ruined it for me, and now I can't watch any of those movies.
Exactly. Now it's
I
too
can't-
big, and now it sucks. It was funny when it was like, oh, these guys are trying so hard to be good, but
They're
they
just making a
suck.
low budget movie, and they
And
can't
that's what
pay
made it great.
animators.
Now it's a
So-
big budget, low budget movie, and
Yeah.
it's stupid. I'm mad. I didn't know there was 3 or 4.
yeah, that's unfortunate, but I will not be watching it. But what are you guys watching? You guys watching anything special right now?
You know, I'm Silicon Valley, Veep.
Yeah, I've been watching.
That's
Silicon
about
Valley.
it. I'm looking forward to Game of Thrones next month. I'm looking forward
Me
to
too, and Vice Principals.
and Vice Principals in the fall.
We should probably do some previews.
That's
for-
right, Vice
for
Principals
those
isn't
shows.
coming out till the fall, huh?
Yeah.
Greg told me that last week.
I'm down to do some like summer previews going into those.
Yeah, I mean,
Just to
We're gonna do that
recap
soon because Game of Thrones starts when?
what we think's gonna
16th of
happen.
July.
Game of Thrones will be a
Did you say 6th week?
16th.
that'll
Oh,
be
it's like the
that'll be
16th.
like a full episode in its own.
Oh,
Game
yeah.
of Thrones, but
Like
for like
catch
Vice
up?
Principals and stuff, we can just kind of topic that. Yeah, I think that would be a cool addition.
Those of you listening at home, this is a sneak peek of what's coming. I guess we're gonna be talking about some upcoming
Previews.
shows. Woo.
Get excited.
Spoiler. I don't know. I'm not watching anything honestly, other than the HBO shows.
Yeah, I've been too busy to watch shows right now.
It's
but
summertime. I'm not inside. I'm outside. It's
Wow,
dark at
sorry.
8 p.m.
95 degrees.
It is really hot lately.
Yeah, it's too hot. But I believe that's all we have for episode 7. Thanks for stopping by. Always check out tonystake.com for
Do we
all
want
of
to
your...
give a conclusion on the Zimas? So my opinion completely changed. I liked it at first, now I'm like, eh.
Well,
What
you're
did
done
you-
with it, so
Yeah, what did you think? I wouldn't want a third.
I don't think it's that much different for me. Like the further I go into it,
I don't know. The aftertaste
I-
has got worse and worse.
maybe because it takes me more to get into. This is like having half
Anthony's
a beer.
buzzing, so let's hear his
Yeah,
opinion.
Tony.
I would say, I think the first sip was good, but it's like, I thought the second sip was better.
Oh boy.
And then it kind of started
What
going
was the
down.
third?
Then it started going a little
See, maybe-
downhill.
Like maybe the first 6-pack would be great, and then for me the second
Okay.
6-pack is when.
Jesus, Andy. Taking tomorrow off?
Well, I wouldn't. I mean, yeah, I just don't know if my stomach would want more than.
Andy's
No.
putting
Two of
Zima
these.
back in business.
Yeah, Andy's gonna get a big pouch, like a, I don't know. He's gonna drink
This
it
would
out
be
of a
something
goblet.
like if I'm out at a barbecue on a hot day on a Saturday, maybe I have a couple.
After a big basketball game, you take your shirt off and your sweat running down your back, and you get a nice Zima.
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
That's the commercial I remember
he's
as a
describing
kid.
the commercial, but he's also getting a boner right now.
I
Maybe
would
it's the
say
guy from the
Zima-
Brewers has his shirt off,
Ow.
drinking a Zima.
I would say like the.
I definitely wouldn't want this on a hot summer day.
I
playing a
definitely wouldn't
sport.
want it on a cold winter's night. We got some fireside chat for that.
Yeah, check out that beer review.
Um,
I don't know. It gradually got worse. It's
Yeah.
like a Transformers movie.
Yeah, that's the truth.
All right, well, thanks for listening. As always, check chonystake.com for all of your entertainment sports news. We have content going in daily. So check that out. As always, you can catch me at Coach Carter VP on Twitter.
I'm Dobby Von Daubers on Instagram and Snapchat.
On Instagram and Snapchat, I'm Tony Katz.
There he did.
The
We did it
Katz.
last week, but
2
it's-
weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a
The
row.
Cats is
Keep
with-
it going.
The Katz is with the K, not
And-
You
like.
know, by the way, I looked up Tony's cats. It's not taken.
There we go.
There you go, Tone.
And Andy, as always, is on MySpace.
Andy, yeah, you can send him.
Got pictures of me with my Zima.
If
Find
you
him on
wanna
Link-
send a
find him on
carrier pigeon
LinkedIn.
to Andy, he'll get it. He'll get it next month.
Yeah, so thanks for listening, and take care.